Hey guys, welcome back to JD Guitarist. I'm back with another reaction video. This time it's one that I chose. Some of you guys might know that I'm a pretty big Metallica fan. I'd say they're probably my favorite band of all time. I wouldn't probably say that. I would say that definitely because of nostalgia. I grew up with it. I do much prefer their first 5 albums to anything else they've put out. Load, Reload, Garage Inc. They all have really good songs. I know Garage Inc. is just a cover album, but and there's a few songs here and there on like Death Magnetic and Sin Anger that are okay, but for the most part, 100% is the first 5 albums. Those are my go-to. They're just what I was raised on, and that's just my music right there, right? So when I saw Lux Eterna, or however you say that, Lux Eterna, they released that. I watched it, and it was okay. It was good, but it would have been better if it wasn't Metallica, if that makes sense. Like, if anybody else put it out, I'd be like, okay, that's a pretty good song. But because Metallica put it out, I was like, I was torn, right? It wasn't the Metallica that I know and love. But so when this video was released, I purposely didn't watch it, and I've been busy in real life, so that's why I haven't put out any content lately. So I apologize about that. So when I finally got around to having time to make this video, I went ahead and that's what we're doing right now. But with that said, I haven't seen it before, and I don't know what to expect. I do know I've seen some articles and things about like the concept and the idea of the song itself, dealing with suicide and things like that. And I know that's a little hard, so we'll just see what's going on, see how it goes. So let's go. Okay, right out the gate, I did not expect like an upbeat tempo. I figured maybe an acoustic intro, maybe a little more ominous or serious sounding. I'm not saying the song doesn't sound serious, but it just kind of punches you right in the face. Prolonged intro. That's what Metallica's known for, but okay. Okay. Alright, so yeah, again, the intro, in my opinion, isn't as full and as impactful as like the older stuff. But it's got a little catchy riff, so we'll keep going and see how it goes. That's catchy right there. Okay. Okay, I could have swore that the lyrics were gonna start right there because it kind of focused on James and then it just kind of went off. And that intro, not intro, but the riff is just it's continuing to go. So no judgment yet. Let's listen to the whole thing before I give my feedback. I do have to say it's extremely catchy. That it's got that the pedal tone where there's a and then that yeah. It's catchy. I'll give them that. Welcome to this life, born into the fight, reclaim your dream. Look you in the eye, past a broken sky, craving dopamine. Okay. Then the voice appears, teaching you of fears. Are you good enough? You don't recognize that it's full of lies. You should just give up. Way more up tempo, like I said, than I expected with the subject matter of the song. But the words are, yeah. Well, we'll just keep going. And it sounds like they're about to kick into like a pre-chorus or something. So let's see. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That sounds like that little like pre-chorus or whatever, the interlude, whatever you want to call it. That was more like a classic Metallica vibe. Let's kind of listen to that again. That's pretty good. I like that. Don't ever speak my name. Remember you're to blame. Ooh. Okay, so I know I was going to say my thoughts and everything at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and say so far my favorite part of the song is like the pre-chorus and the chorus. Like that those riffs and everything are great, and the melody with the vocals, it's pretty awesome. It's vastly more. Vastly better in my opinion than the main riff and the verses. So we'll just see how it goes. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a good riff. It's just kind of weak sounding, honestly, compared to everything else. You can't have a modern day Metallica song, or at least post Black album, without having the Kirk Hammett wall. So it's like obligatory, right? Okay, so I'm getting from the lyrics. This is just my personal take. That it's basically the people struggling with that voice and the constant echo in your head, if that makes sense, of dealing with these thoughts and these feelings. Um, so it's not necessarily a bad song, or not necessarily saying you have issues or whatever. I mean, everybody's got issues. Maybe it's saying that. Maybe it's just saying that everybody's got these voices in their head and that constantly hear that screaming, and just you're not alone kind of deal. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm feeling so far with the lyrics. So that's such a good riff. It's got a. I mean, that I know I keep pausing it, but to talk about that riff, but it's got such a good groove, and I'm just sitting here nodding my head. I mean, it's a good song so far. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Don't ever speak my name. Remember you're to blame. Remember you're to blame. Keep me inside. My name is Suicide. Okay, so obviously this is an interlude where they change up the riff a little bit. They do a little bit of variation of the riff, maybe do a little something different, and then obviously you're going to kick into this awesome wall of sound that is the Kirk Hammett solo, right? That's the stereotypical Metallica. So we'll see if it the interlude, then solo, and then some kind of variation on the riff again, and then back into a chorus or a verse. So let's see. So I like this riff this way, and which is weird. I like it that way. There's no palm muting, and I'm typically a huge fan of Metallica palm mute riffs, right? But that particular riff, I like it more without the palm mutes. That's strange. All right, here comes the solo. I just had flashbacks. I'm sorry for. I'll rewind it. I just had flashbacks of like Kill 'Em All, with the drums and the riff, and then just the way the solo sounds. It sounds very much. I mean, obviously a higher production value than what they had in Kill 'Em All, because they have the budget is vastly superior, but it just reminds me of that era of Metallica, which is definitely a good thing. Definitely more thrash than they've been in years. Terrified and sleepless nights, caught in spotlight, dead to rights. Isolate and fight your mind, telling you you're left behind. Another variation on the riff. There's that driving pedal tone on muting. Alright, this could go one of two ways. It could either kick back in to the main part of the song, or it can just go completely different out of left field, right? I don't know what's about to happen. I'm kind of excited to see. So let's go. Definitely building up anticipation. Another variation of the riff. This is pretty awesome too. Lars going ham on the drums. Okay, good build up. We're almost done with the song, so I'll let it play out before I pause it again. Okay. Now you face your biggest fear. Harmonized guitar part. Whew, okay. Okay. It's not what I expected at all from a song named Screaming Suicide. Let me pause it right there. Not at all what I expected from a song titled Screaming Suicide. I figured it was going to be a much darker sounding song. But with that said, I was impressed. Because like I've said at the beginning of the video, what you would consider modern Metallica has not been my favorite Metallica. And this is definitely better than most of the stuff they put out in probably the last 20 years, honestly, if I'm going to be honest, in my opinion. Which I think that's a good sign. James' voice is still, pretty solid. It still sounds good. It's still not my favorite version of his voice. That was definitely probably Injustice for All Black Album era. But I've listened to a lot of his live shows from the last few years, and he still got it. So I'm not worried about that. They're playing still on point. Lars is still holding down the drums. Kirk still got his solos. I see they're a little bit more subdued than their earlier stuff. But I mean, maybe that's due to them getting older, which is kind of sad, or maybe they didn't think it fit the song. Anyways, I'll go ahead and cut this short. I'm a fan. I like Screaming Suicide. Again, I was a little bit more disappointed with Lux Eterna, but that gives me hope for this album. I believe it's 72 seasons. I'm looking forward to it now after hearing this. So if you enjoyed this video, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can catch future content. I appreciate it. Catch you next time.